As of the 6th and 7th of February 2015, what were you doing to earn a living?
I was a businessman, my lord. I was dealing with meat. I was dealing with meat, which they normally call barbecue and Nyama Choma.
Are you married?
I'm not married, my lord.
Before your arrest, where was your home area or area of residence?
I am born in Musa Gitau Road in Muthangari. Musa Gitau Road in Muthangari. But I was living in a rental house in a place called Rironi Chungamali.
Now, what brings you to court today?
My lord, I've been charged with the offense of murder.
So what have you come to do about that offense?
So I've come to defend myself, to give a rebuttal of what the prosecution has been giving 36 witnesses. I have now come to give the side of my story, my lord.
Thank you. Now, in evidence in chief, comment on the said charge. Were you involved?
My lord, I was not involved in any way.
So, Raphael,
Yes, my lord.
on the 6th, the night of 6th and 7th of February 2015, where were you?
As I have stated before court, my lord, I was running a meat-eating joint in Musa Gitau, Muthangari, going by the name New Muthangari Bar and Restaurant, / Butchery.
So, the nature of your business, was it only operating during the day or 24 hours? Inform the court.
My business was operating even during the night hours, according to the orders that I would get from clients. Whereby I was running an online business. I had plastered a phone number all the way from ABC Place up to Gitaru Junction, that anyone who wanted Nyama Choma and barbecue services would call on that number and I would deliver my services to them. They would either come to my business or I would give them home deliveries, my lord. I had 2 employees. One was by the name John Degwa. And the other one was Francis Kamau. The number that I'm talking about, Your Honor, is 0721 807. Registered under my name, Raphael Kimani Gashie. And it was where most of my clients would make their payments and their orders. So on the night of 6 and 7, I was just about my normal businesses, delivering meats to clients, others coming for the orders at the butchery. That was my mode of operation, my lord.
Now let's quickly move to the 14th of February 2015. What transpired?
On the morning of 14th February 2015, my lord, at around 11 in the morning, I was in my house when I received a phone call on another number that was my private number, 0702 88, also registered under the names Raphael Kimani Gashie. That phone rang, and when I went to pick it up, nobody answered on the other side. After about 15 minutes, your lord, I had a knock on my door. And on answering, I found 5 civilian-clothed men pointing guns at me, introducing themselves as police officers. They told me to move back in my house, and they got in, and one of them shouted at me, "Dereva wa Muchai alikutumia pesa ya nini?" On being surprised by the squid question, my lord, he hit me with a gun butt on my head. I have the mark up to date. And I fell down in my house. They frisked my house. And one of them told the others, "Hakuna kitu imepatikana hapa." They took my passport, which was on the table. And they told me to stand up, that we should be leaving now. Before he got out, one of them said, "Haujapiga yeye search." One of them frisked me, took my 2 phones from my pockets, and my wallet, which had my ID card. We now got outside, and when we got outside, a crowd was already milling, my lord, and they were taking photos.
Raphael, maybe as you proceed,
Yes, my lord.
would you guide us or guide the court on the type of the phones that you are having and the 2 phones you are saying they were taking?
One of my phones, my lord, was a Nokia Lumia. It was the one inserted with my business number 0721. It was a Techno, which had my private number 0702 88 96 98, my lord. I was bundled into a police vehicle outside, and a sack was placed on my head, my lord. And the first stop we made was at Nairobi area. One of them now continued to ask me about the money that had been sent to my business line, and he became more specific. About an amount of money that had been sent on the 4th of February 2015. Of 30,000 shillings. And I continued explaining to them that that was a business number that had been plastered all the way from ABC Place up to Gitaru Junction. And it was not a private number. It was being handled by 3 different persons, my lord.
Yes.
At Nairobi area, my lord, they continued asking me my relationship with the late MP for Kabete, Mr. George Muchai. And I told them I had no relationship, only if he had seen my poster from ABC Place to Gitaru and was interested in my barbecue services.
Now, are you in a position to inform the court of the names of these other people who are using the business number, who are your employees?
Yes, my lord, I have explained to court. One of them was called John Degwa. The other one was Francis Kamau. John Degwa died during the COVID pandemic. And all through the trial, my lord, I've been trying how I can be granted bail at another matter that I have in the law court so that I can go and find Francis Kamau. But it has been futile up to now.
In the same space, Raphael,
Yes, my lord.
did you pursue maybe M-Pesa statements to give weight to your testimony? If not, please explain to the court why.
I did not pursue M-Pesa statements, my lord, because one, I even sent a relative to go and get ownership of the number 0721807303 from Safaricom. And the answer that my relative got at the Safaricom offices was that the flying squad had flagged that number and they had said no details should be given to anyone.
Now proceed. From
In
Nairobi area.
In Nairobi area, my lord, I was taken to Railways police station in the evening at around 9. I spent the night there, my lord, and again they came for me the following day in the morning.
No, Raphael. The happenings at Railway Police Station. Were you still covered in a sack?
No,
Tell the court.
the sack was removed when we reached Railways.
And how did you know it was Railway Police Station?
What made me know it was Railways, my lord? I called for the officer who was at the OB desk on that night. I was asking him to assist me with a phone to call a relative, and he told me that he had been told that I should not be seen by anyone.
Now we can move to the happenings of the 15th of February 2015.
Yes, they came back for me on the 15th, my lord, and we went back to Nairobi area. They continued grilling me on the same, and it reached a point where they were even using force. A policeman could ask a question, and before answering, they would start slapping and beating me up.
What were they grilling you about?
They were grilling me about the death of the member of parliament for Kabete, asking me whatever any association that I had with him, or any relationship that I may have had with him. I told them I had no relationship. Any relationship that I may have had with him was only in my business, my lord. They took me back to Railways in the evening, and on the 16th, I was brought to court. The police were asking for more days to continue conducting their investigations. On 12th March 2015, they came for me and took me to Rhodes Hospital along Haile Selassie Avenue. And they wanted the doctor at Rhodes to take a blood sample from me. The doctors refused, saying that for such to happen, there had to be a court order. My lord, I was brought to court the following day on the 13th. The police came and alleged in court that I had refused to give a sample of my blood. I explained to court that it was not being done professionally. The court ordered that I be taken to Kenyatta National Hospital. for a swap of my DNA to be taken. They took me to Kenyatta on the 14th of March. And a sample of my DNA, my lord, was taken.
Now, while at Kenyatta Hospital, what happened to your injury?
Yeah, I was also treated because I had told the court I had been beaten on being arrested. I was given treatment at Kenyatta. And we went back now to court on the 19th. On the 19th of March, 2015, I was brought to court and charged with the murder of 4 persons. My lord, the prosecution has called 36 witnesses, civilians, police officers, and experts. Several witnesses have come to testify in court. There was a newspaper vendor who came to court by the name Ronald Nyangaresi, PW4. Testified that he was selling newspapers on the junction of Uhuru Highway, Kenyatta Avenue. When Muchai came and stopped, and another vehicle came and blocked his vehicle. While giving his evidence in court, my lord, there is no way Nyangaresi said that he could get the second accused as a person who came out of a small vehicle and shot at the deceased. There was a protected witness who was a taxi driver, my lord. Came to court and gave his evidence of how he was called by one person to go and save a friend who was stuck somewhere. And in the end of the journey, my lord, his taxi had 4 occupants. There is no way he came to court, my lord, and testified that accused 2 was a passenger in his taxi on the night of 6th and 7th February 2015. Gladys Waithera was PW7. A lady alleged carjacked at Wangige in Greenbelt. While entering into her compound, she gave a narration of what happened, my lord, and on being asked whether she gave my description to the police on giving the report of the alleged incidents, she did not give my description to the police as one of the assailants. And what she said in court, it was a very shaky and nervous experience. All I was thinking about is how to escape. It took a very short time for the men to carjack us, between 1.5 to 2 minutes. There was our sister Irene Mudhoni. They were riding in the same motor vehicle, KBE 464L. She also testified in court as PW8. She did not give any description of the second accused as one of the assailants. She also said She panicked when the incidents happened. And said that she did not see any of the four faces while in the car. The two women, my lord, testified in court that they did not see anyone being killed. Then there was another witness, PW10, Michael Ngatia Gatito, a man who had been carjacked in Kangemi, and he was left at where PW7 and PW8 were carjacked. He said he was traumatized on that day. And the first responder to get him out of the boot of motor vehicle KBF 796A, one SSP Wilson Koskei, he told him that he could not give the description of the attackers because he did not see them. Another witness, Constable Francis Ndiliku, my lord, an officer performing sentry duties at Nyayo House, testified that on the night of 6th and 7th February, he had gunshots coming from Uhuru Highway roundabout, but did not witness the actual shooting. And on him moving closer to the scene, he talked about two Mercedes-Benz vehicles coming to the scene and stopping. And what he said, my lord, one of them peeped inside KBF 357D and left. My lord, there's another witness, PW29, Alice Wangui Ngige. She came to this court and testified on the 23rd of November 2022 that she was my landlord in the rental house that I have told the court about in Rironi, Aljoan Enterprises, house number 18. She gave her evidence and she confirmed to court that she did not see anything being recovered from my house. Then there is PW20, my lord, Inspector Joseph Gishoke, who came to court first on 30th March 2022, alleged to have conducted an ID parade for the second accused at Kamukunji Police Station on the 15th of February 2015. Whereby he testified in court that he sourced the parade members from the cells, and on me asking for the OB Kamukunji Police Station, he came back with a book on 27 September 2022, and my name was not in the OB on the 15th of February 2015. He was asked what is the purpose of the occurrence book, And he said, it is for entering an arrest or bringing in an accused person, complaint, or any incident, any occurrence at the report office, my lord. If the names are not there on the 15th, I don't know when they came to that station.